Welcome back to the series, and in this case, welcome back to another exciting video where we will explore in detail the All these exercises will be much easier to see in the actual flight. So, let's go ahead and start flying.
Quebec.
Now, go. Okay.
When I say 0597, climb high level 190.
Well, recover.
190, minimum clean speed.
From zero to hero. Discover the complete process to become a professional pilot with the European Aviation School of Barcelona. An exciting path led by experts in each subject, instructors, active pilots, and students. From zero to ATPL license, we will reveal all the mysteries and answer all the questions. We will fly, learn, and enjoy the adventure.
Welcome back to the series, and in this case, welcome back to another exciting video where we will explore in detail the UPRT Upset Prevention and Recovery Training Course, a part not only essential but mandatory for those who aspire to become commercial pilots. In this episode, we will talk about how student pilots acquire crucial skills that will allow us to face and overcome unusual and extreme flight situations, thus guaranteeing safety in any phase of flight. In the last decade, it has been recognized that the loss of control of an aircraft is one of the most dangerous risk factors, which can lead to fatal accidents in commercial air transport operations, and therefore to a great number of loss of human life. For this reason, preventing loss of control of an aircraft is one of the main priorities in pilot training, and is trained through the Upset Prevention and Recovery Training Course. This course is mandatory since December 20, 2019 for all pilots who want to complete their first type rating in an airline. Therefore, it is an essential requirement for access to all airlines in the world. In fact, UPRT training is mandatory for ATPL integrated courses, CPLA, and also MPL. UPRT is much more than just training. It's an investment in the pilot's aviation safety. And if it were not mandatory, I would highly recommend it to any pilot, on any level. The main goal of the Upset Prevention Recovery Training is to familiarize pilots with possible situations that could occur in flight in different scenarios. In this way, pilots are allowed to acquire the necessary knowledge and skills to be able to anticipate and avoid loss of control in flight, LOC-I, loss of control in flight, and thus develop the appropriate techniques to be able to recover from adverse situations that may occur. The UPRT course is divided into several key phases. Let's see them. Theory and fundamentals. We start with a solid theoretical base that covers the principles of aerodynamics, human factors, and systems of the aircraft we will fly. The plane we're going to use is the Cessna 150 aerobat, a gem in this type of courses. The theoretical course consists of 5 hours. Practical flight. The practical flight phase provides invaluable experience to the student pilot. We will fly for 3 hours, divided in 2 flights of 1.5 hours each, as it's a flight of high physical and mental intensity. We will practice maneuvers such as sharp turns, control stalls, and many recoveries from unusual situations, always under the supervision of highly qualified instructors. In this case, Pedro Afanador, our instructor, is one of the instructors with the most flight hours with upset prevention recovery training at the school, and is also an active airline pilot. So, let's jump into the Cessna 150 aerobat and go flying. Once we are in flight, we will see each of the exercises that we will practice.
Sabadell, good afternoon, Aereas 3 Zulu.
Aereas 3 Zulu, Sabadell Tower.
Good afternoon, Aereas 3 Zulu on Romeo 3 for eastbound departure and taxi instructions, please.
Aereas 3 Zulu, disregard. Taxi to holding point runway 13, wind 150 degrees, 1 knots, maximum 19, QNH 1014, US squawk on 7024.
Sabadell, Aereas 3 Zulu, holding short runway 13, Mike 1, ready for departure.
Aereas 3 Zulu, line up and wait runway 13.
Line up and wait, runway 13, Aereas 3 Zulu.
Okay. Vale, closed. Perfect.
Checked and closed.
Approach path is clear of traffic.
Approach path is clear, runway still no clearance, flaps set for takeoff, mixture rich, carburetor heat off, and trim set to neutral, taxi and light. Let's go.
Now that we are in flight, let's start practicing each of the exercises. Here we will see them all in one single flight video, but in reality this is two separate flights as we've mentioned before. This is a flight with a lot of stress, concentration and a high physical and mental intensity. The exercises that we're going to practice are the following. 1. Steep turns. 2. High nose with different blank angles. 3. Low nose with different bank angles. 4. Spiral dip. 5. Stalls. 6. Spin. 7. Startle effect or surprise effect. The main goal of these exercises is to study the relationship between speed, attitude and AOA, or angle of attack, as well as the effect of G-loading on aircraft performance, including stall events and different altitudes and speeds. Also, the aerodynamic indications of a loss of control are very interesting, including crashes, loss of control authority, and inability to stop a descent. Something important is to recognize and evaluate the physiological effects of different G loads between -1 G and 2.5 Gs, as well as knowing how to control surprise and the startle effect. All these exercises will be much easier to see in the actual flight, so let's go ahead and start flying.
Okay, is height sufficient for the maneuver? 3,000 feet?
Height 3000 feet AGL, taxi landing on, flaps up,
Security. There is nothing that can hit us in the head and really kill us? No, it's okay, it's not heavy. Engine? Carburetor heat on?
Carburetor heat on, oil pressure
parameters
and oil temperature on the
green and within limits. Carburetor heat off. La L de location, built up areas, no. Control airspace, no. And what else?
Hustle.
Airspace, it's Golf. Lookout. Femos virajes de barrido.
Okay, viaje de barrido. Ready?
Ready, son 40.
Left,
90 degrees.
More than 30 degrees, right?
45 degrees, 90 degrees, new heading.
Okay, so it's the coastline. Checked. Check. Nothing down, nothing below, nothing there. Nothing below.
So nose high, I have control.
Okay.
Power to idle in all the maneuvers.
Okay.
Power to idle, and then first push. If we have a, well, of course we have nose high, push, and then a roll for wing level, and then you
Okay.
ease out of the dive.
Okay.
Because we're gonna be diving, of course.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
So, we are flying behind.
You have controls.
Yeah, I have control. We have behind a medium aircraft that has a wake turbulence. On the left wing is just rotating clockwise, right?
Okay.
And then we suddenly encounter something like this, and I said recover.
Nose high, I have controls.
Power to idle, power to idle, power to idle. That's it. That's it. Wind level, and now we recover.
Yes, power to idle, yes. Okay, so so first push, wings level, and then when the
Yes.
wings level, start pulling. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. You have controls once more. Just
Yes, of course. But now we are on behind the other wing
Okay.
of that aircraft, so it's rotating counterclockwise, and it's gonna be something like this and something like this. I recover.
Nose high, I have control.
Very good. Push, and now that you are on the control, roll, and we recover, and that's it. You remember the startle effect? That was good. That was well.
Yes.
Do you remember the startle effect?
I do. Yes.
So we are, surprised by something that happened.
Yes.
And I say, well, first is what is happening, and the second is it cannot be happening to me. So always the same two things.
Yes.
So now I want you to do a stall. I want you to keep the stall in a turn.
Okay.
So throttle to
Throttle idle.
idle. Carburetor hit on.
Carburetor it on.
And now bring back the power and say we are at 1800 RPM, turning to the right.
Okay, turning right.
But we are on a long final, but you're gonna overshoot the runway, and
Okay.
you don't want to overshoot it.
So I'm trying to not overshoot it.
Yeah, no overshoot, but you just try to make very tight turn.
Okay.
Yeah, like this. And now you realize that you're a little bit low and you want to climb. In that situation, you start pulling without the power. Pull, keep pulling, but you don't hear the nose, and wow, what's going on? Yeah?
Yes. And it went to the other side.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
But now, at this altitude, we can do it again.
Okay, to
Yeah,
the
we're
left
gonna turn.
or?
Right again.
1800 you said?
Yes, to start with. So when you just start turning, same. Long
Okay.
final, you are kind of low,
Okay.
but you are overshooting the final, and you don't want that. It cannot be happening to you, of course.
Okay, I'm trying to overshoot.
No, you are not trying to overshoot. You're overshooting, and you try to make it tight because you want to be in the center line.
And I want to
Power, a little bit of power, and pull, because you don't want to. You want to hold it like this. Power to idle. No, power to idle first. Push,
out.
roll,
Sorry.
and recover.
Yes.
Yeah.
3,000 feet.
Yes. Do you remember the spin? How was it done? Just
Yes. So once we let's do the like we entered the spin. So entering the spin, throttle idle, and maintain attitude and maintain altitude. Yes.
Yes, maintain altitude.
Then at
Carburetor hit on.
Carburetor hit on. 50 knots. Pull the yoke, and at the same time.
Yes. Is it the same time? But first this, and when you are reaching the top, you push the rudder.
Okay, to the opposite.
Yes,
so
and
to
it will
the
start
left.
rotating.
Then
And
we
you
start
keep-
rotating.
And you keep the rudder until I tell you recover.
Okay, so you
Until you recover?
you keep the rudder.
Yes. Until you recover,
When I did, okay.
breezily forward,
Yes.
and then stop the rotation with the foot, and pull out of the dive.
Okay.
Yes?
Barcelona approach ISS 597, NAP to Quebec.
Now, go.
Okay.
ISS 597, climb high level 190.
Well, recover.
190, minimum clean speed.
Okay, ready?
Yes, ready.
Let's go. So, throttle idle, carburetor heat on, maintain.
I will help you in the entry now
Okay.
to make it more aggressive. So you can give me that because you don't need it anyways. So hold it. Okay, pull and rudder. Recover. Very good.
61 Lima Alpha, we are able.
You really notice that in order to get it into a spin or one upset, let's say an upset position, you really need to push the aircraft.
Yes, but imagine people flying on normal operations without even the intention of pushing. They managed to do it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like I showed you that accident, Colgan Air, in United States, Buffalo. They were flying on a Dash 8 and they spawned the Dash 8.
Yes.
So we think it takes a lot. No, it doesn't take much.
5805, I said
Perfect.
5907.
One to the left.
Yeah, one to the left now.
Ready?
Ready, yes.
Okay, 3000, throttle idle, carburetor heat on, maintaining.
Now I'm gonna show you two things. I'm gonna show you that it recovered itself.
Okay.
Yes, and then I'm gonna show you how to increase the yield loads. You can start pulling. Now, pull. Pull, strong. That's it. Okay, release the controls.
Muy buenas, Berlin 800.
Now recover.
Contacto radar.
And now pull strong.
Calella 2 Whisky, transición pista 4 derecha.
Yeah?
Oh shit.
I just show you two things.
3.5, eh?
09
Fuck me.
descent, flight level
I can
1.
notice it here.
I notice in my chest.
Really?
Like, it's something going
I
down.
could notice like.
yeah. Well, I just noticed that. You're right.
That's correct, and your number 6.
But really, if you don't recuperate it like this, you can lose like 1,500 feet.
Yeah, but
Because once you're recuperating, it's still.
on the previous recoveries, you see that you pull on a good pace.
Yes.
But then now we started pulling, and if you continue at that pace, it's okay. But 2.5 Gs. But I wanted to show you that this control the Gs. So don't be too aggressive because this is not. This is on the edge of being acceptable for a normal aircraft, a normal category, right?
Makes sense.
Sabadell, Zulu, left base runway 13 to land. Roger, continue number 1.
Continue number 1, Aereas